0. What happens when she realizes you've lost interest? It's not what you might think. It's more intense, more revealing, and it can completely flip Arzo 88 seconds, the dynamic in your favor. The way she reacts will tell you everything you need to know about her true feelings and your power in the relationship. Stay with me, 0.717 seconds, because understanding her reaction will give you a powerful edge. You didn't even know you had one. The initial shock of losing control when a woman 0.2525 seconds realizes you've lost interest. The initial shock hits harder than you might imagine. This isn't just about surprise. 0.3232 seconds. It's about the sudden realization that the dynamic she once controlled has shifted entirely up until now. She might have felt secure in the idea that you 0.411 seconds were invested, predictable, and emotionally engaged. But when that energy disappears, it creates an emotional ripple effect. She can't 0.4949 seconds ignore this. Shock comes from the loss of certainty. Certainty is comforting. 0.5454 seconds. It tells her where she stands and reassures her that you're still there. 0.5757 seconds. Paying attention and emotionally involved. Losing that certainty forces her into unfamiliar territory. She starts asking herself, what changed? 1.061 minutes 6 seconds. Did I misread him? Was there something I missed? These questions don't just stem from confusion. They come from the fear, 1.131 minute, 13 seconds of losing the connection. She thought she controlled, but here's the powerful part. This moment of shock is where the balance begins to shift. Your silence and withdrawal create a sense of mystery. 1.241 minute, 24 seconds. She doesn't know where she stands anymore, and that uncertainty creates an emotional pull. Her mind becomes preoccupied with the why, and that 1.331 minute, 33 seconds question alone can dominate her thoughts. The important thing for you here is not to fill in the blanks for her. Let her sit with the shock and the 1.411 minute, 41 seconds questions. It's in this space of discomfort that she starts to reevaluate you and her own behavior. 2. Her need to reclaim validation. 1.491 minute. 49 seconds validation is like oxygen in relationships. When she feels your attention and interest slipping away, it creates a void that her mind can't 155 to your 81 minute, 58 seconds signore. This void triggers her instinct to reclaim that validation to ensure that she still holds a significant place in your life. But this isn't just about 2.072 minutes 7 seconds feeling. It's about regaining a sense of power and control. You might notice subtle shifts in her behavior during this phase. She could start reaching out to 152 minutes, 15 seconds more, sending texts that seem casual but are really just tests. Messages like 202 minutes, 20 seconds, hey, how have you been? Or, I saw something that reminded me of you. 2.252 minutes, 25 seconds, these are not accidental. They calculated efforts to gauge your emotional state and see if you'll engage. She's looking for signs that she 322 minutes, 32 seconds still matters, and that she still has some level of influence over you. 362 minutes, 36 seconds. However, her actions might also escalate. If she doesn't get the response she's hoping for, she may try to provoke an emotional reaction by 452 minutes, 45 seconds, mentioning other people or acting as though she's completely indifferent to your absence. But this isn't true indifference. It's a way of testing your boundaries and your emotional stability. 552 minutes, 55 seconds. The critical mistake most people make here is giving in too quickly. They misinterpret her attempts at reclaiming validation as genuine interest, and 3.033 minutes, 3 seconds revert to old patterns of chasing or over-explaining. But the real power lies in holding your ground. By staying composed and detached, you force her to 123 minutes, 12 seconds work harder to understand you. This subtle yet profound shift changes how she sees you. It makes her realize you're not the same person she thought 203 minutes, 20 seconds she had figured out. 3. The curiosity that drives her to reevaluate once the initial shock fades and her attempts to regain validation fall 3.293 minutes, 29 seconds short. Curiosity takes over. This curiosity isn't just about you. It's about understanding what went wrong and 363 minutes, 36 seconds, what changed. People are naturally analytical, especially when it comes to relationships. When your behavior shifts 3.443 minutes, 44 seconds, unexpectedly, it triggers a need to figure out why she begins replaying your past interactions in her mind. Analyzing 3,513 minutes, 51 seconds, every detail for clues. Did she miss something? Did she overlook something important? These questions aren't just 3,583 minutes, 58 seconds passing thoughts. They become a constant loop in her mind. She might even start asking her friends for advice, trying to 4,054 minutes, 5 seconds, piece together a narrative that explains your behavior. Curiosity also leads to reflection. As she digs deeper, she 4,134 minutes, 13 seconds starts to see things she might have ignored before. Your qualities, your efforts, and the things that made you unique. Your absence creates a space 4 to 14 minutes, 21 seconds, where these positive traits become amplified in her mind. It's as if your silence has turned the volume up on everything she took for granted. The 294 minutes, 29 seconds. Beauty of this phase is that you don't have to do anything. Her mind is doing all the work for you. The more curious she becomes, the more invested she gets for 374 minutes, 37 seconds in understanding what happened, and the more invested she becomes, the more likely she is to realize just how much she stands to lose. 4. The role of 4,464 minutes, 46 seconds ego. Ego is a powerful force in this equation. It's tied to her sense of identity and control. And when that 4,534 minutes, 53 seconds, control is threatened, her ego reacts defensively. Realizing that you're no longer as interested as you once were forces her to confront a version of 5,015 minutes, 1 second herself. She might not want to see the ego thrives on validation and certainty when you are attentive, responsive, and 5,085 minutes, 8 seconds emotionally available. It reinforces her sense of importance in your life. But the moment you pull back, that reinforcement disappears. This creates 5,175 minutes, 17 seconds, and inner conflict, and she starts questioning whether she misjudged her influence over you. This phase can be difficult for her because it challenges 265 minutes, 26 seconds, her perception of the relationship. If she thought she had the upper hand, your withdrawal forces her to reconsider her 5,335 minutes, 33 seconds ego might lead her to act out, trying to regain the power she feels she's lost. This could include provoking you with indirect comments, trying to make 5,425 minutes, 42 seconds, you jealous, or acting overly confident to mask her insecurity. The key here is to remain steady. Don't let her 5,495 minutes, 49 seconds, ego-driven reactions pull you back into old dynamics. Your calm and composed demeanor will do more to unsettle her than any reactive behavior ever could. 5,575 minutes, 57 seconds overtime, her ego will take a backseat to her emotions, and that's when real reflection begins. 5. The turning 6,046 minutes, 4 seconds point, when she feels the void. Silence is often underestimated, but its impact becomes undeniable when she starts to feel the voice you've left behind. This isn't just about missing your presence. 166 minutes, 16 seconds. It's about the absence of everything you brought to the relationship, your attention, your energy, and your consistency. At first, she might brush 246 minutes, 24 seconds it off, thinking she can adjust to the new dynamic. But as days or weeks go by, 286 minutes, 28 seconds, the weight of your absence begins to settle in. She starts to notice the little things she took for granted. The way you made her laugh, the way you 366 minutes, 36 seconds listened, or even the stability you provided. These realizations come in waves, and each wave hits harder than the last. The void isn't just emotional. 6.456 minutes, 45 seconds, it's psychological. She starts to question whether she underestimated your value and whether losing your interest is a reflection of something she did 6,536 minutes, 53 seconds, wrong. This introspection is powerful because it forces her to confront her own behavior and its consequences. 7.017 minutes, 1 second. Your role during this phase is simple. 7.037 minutes, 3 seconds. Do nothing. Let her feel the full weight of the void. Let her wonder and reflect. The longer she sits with these feelings, 7.107 minutes, 10 seconds, the more significant your absence becomes in her mind. 6. Why silence amplifies your value. Silence is often 7 to 177 minutes, 17 seconds misunderstood. It's not about ignoring her or playing games. It's about creating space for her to reflect on what you brought to her life. When you 7 to 257 minutes, 25 seconds go silent, you remove move. The constant reassurance she might have grown accustomed to this sudden absence forces her to reconsider your value, and that's 7.347 minutes, 34 seconds, where the magic happens. Your silence is powerful because it's unexpected. Most people, when faced with disappointment or 7.417 minutes, 41 seconds frustration, try to explain themselves, seek closure, or fight for attention by stepping back and staying silent. You send a message without uttering a word. 7.517 minutes, 51 seconds. I don't need to prove my worth to you. 7.537 minutes, 53 seconds. My actions speak for themselves. As time passes, your silence begins to amplify your presence in her mind. She starts 8.08 minutes, replaying past interactions, noticing the things she may have overlooked. 8.48 minutes, 4 seconds. Maybe it's your kindness, your consistency, or the way you made her feel special. These positive traits become magnified in your absence because 8.128 minutes, 12 seconds, there's no noise to distract her from the void you've left. Silence also gives her time to question herself. She might wonder, why hasn't he reached out? Is he 8.218 minutes, 21 seconds really moving on? Did I underestimate him? 8.248 minutes, 24 seconds. These questions don't just create curiosity, they create a sense of urgency. The longer you remain silent, 8.308 minutes, 30 seconds, the more significant your presence becomes. And the more she realizes just how much she misses having you around 7. The emotional tension builds as 8.388 minutes, 38 seconds, your silence stretches on. It creates a unique form of emotional tension. This tension isn't just about missing you. 8.458 minutes, 45 seconds, it's about the unresolved feelings and questions swirling in her mind. The uncertainty of where you stand becomes a driving force behind her thoughts. And 8.538 minutes, 53 seconds, this constant preoccupation keeps you firmly in her head. Emotional tension is powerful because it disrupts her sense of stable ability. She might have 9 to 29 minutes, 2 seconds, believe that she had control over the situation, but your withdrawal shatters that illusion. This loss of control triggers a mix of emotions: regret for 9.119 minutes, 11 seconds, not appreciating you, curiosity about what you're doing now, and even guilt for possibly taking you for granted. The 9.199 minutes, 19 seconds tension also heightens her awareness of everything that reminds her of you. A song, a familiar place, or even a random conversation can bring back memories of 9,289 minutes, 28 seconds, the connection you shared. Each reminder deepens the emotional pull, making her think about you more and more. 8. 9 359 minutes 35 seconds. When curiosity turns into action, 9 379 minutes 37 seconds. Curiosity has a way of driving people to take action. Once the emotional tension reaches its peak, she'll feel an overwhelming need to bridge the gap. At first, her actions might be subtle, 9 489 minutes 48 seconds, liking your social media posts, sending casual texts, or finding excuses to initiate contact. But as her curiosity, 9 569 minutes 56 seconds grows, her efforts to reconnect become more deliberate. When she reaches out, 10 so 10 minutes, it's a sign that she's been thinking about you constantly. She's likely spent days or weeks analyzing her feelings. 10:07 10 minutes, 7 seconds, replaying past interactions and questioning what went wrong. This process of reflection often leads to a realization. Losing you might have been 10:15 10 minutes, 15 seconds, a bigger mistake than she initially thought. How you respond to her actions is critical. This is your opportunity to show that you've grown and moved forward. Keep your responses calm. 10:26 10 minutes, 26 seconds, confident and slightly detached. For example, if she texts you, avoid jumping into deep conversations right away. 10:33 10 minutes, 33 seconds. Instead, keep it light and casual. 10:36 10 minutes, 36 seconds, showing her that while you're open to reconnecting, you're not desperate for her attention. This balance of confidence and detachment makes her see 10:44 10 minutes, 44 seconds, you in a new light. It reinforces the idea that you're someone worth pursuing. 10:48 10 minutes, 48 seconds, not someone who can be easily swayed by maintaining your composure. You shift the power dynamic in your favor, making her realize that winning you back won't be as simple as she might have hoped. 11 minutes, 9. Why emotional control wins every time. Emotional control is one of the most attractive qualities you can have. 611 minutes, 6 seconds, and it becomes even more apparent when she tries to reconnect. When she reaches out, she might test your patience or provoke emotional reactions to gauge 1511 minutes, 15 seconds, your level of interest. How you handle these moments defines how she perceives you moving forward. Imagine she brings up past arguments or tries to get a 401 minutes, 24 seconds reaction by mentioning other people. If you respond with anger or frustration, 911 minutes, 29 seconds, it shows her that you're still emotionally tied to her actions. But if you remain calm and unbothered, it communicates strength and confidence. It 11:37 minutes, 37 seconds, tells her that while you care, you're not controlled by her behavior. 11:41 minutes, 41 seconds, emotional control isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about mastering them. It's about showing that you can handle disappointment. 11:48 minutes, 48 seconds rejection, or conflict with grace and maturity. This kind of stability is rare and highly attractive because it creates a sense of security. She knows that no 11:57 minutes, 57 seconds matter what happens, you won't be easily shaken. The beauty of emotional control is that it shifts the focus back to you instead of chasing her or reacting to 12:06 12 minutes, 6 seconds her tests. You're showing her that your life and happiness don't revolve around her. This independence makes you stand out and leaves a lasting impression. 12 minutes, 14 seconds, that's hard to ignore. 10. The power of moving on gracefully. One of the most impactful things you can do is move on gracefully. This doesn't mean cutting 12 minutes, 23 seconds her off completely, or acting like you don't care. It means showing her that you're confident enough to prioritize your own growth and happiness. When you 12 minutes, 32 seconds move on gracefully, you send a clear message. I value myself too much to stay in a situation that doesn't align with 12 minutes, 39 seconds my standards. This level of self-respect is incredibly attractive because it shows that you're not afraid to walk away from what doesn't serve you. It 12.47 under 12 minutes, 47 seconds, also leaves her questioning her own choices behavior. Graceful detachment isn't about playing games or seeking 12 minutes, 55 seconds revenge. It's about focusing on yourself. It's about investing your energy into things that make you happy and fulfilled. Whether that's your 13 minutes, 3 seconds career, hobbies, or personal development. When she sees you thriving without her, it creates a sense of intrigue and admiration. The lasting 13 minutes, 11 seconds impression you leave by moving on gracefully is powerful. She'll remember how you handled the situation with dignity and maturity, and it will make her realize what she lost over time. 13 minutes, 21 seconds. This realization often leads to regret and the desire to reconnect, but by then you'll be in a position of strength, deciding whether she's truly worth your 13 minutes, 29 seconds, time, and energy. Conclusion. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you value, 13.3413 minutes, 34 seconds, hit the like button and subscribe for more insights like this. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. See you in the next one.